Greetings, family. This is Cassandra Floyd, also known as the daughter of the Fates. I know, I don't usually do videos on Saturday, but it was important, and most of you are probably busy and not going to see it until tomorrow or some other time anyway. But I had to get this out and talk about what the fuck happened today. So, about two, today is Saturday, so about 2 days ago, I did a live that was me reading the book. No, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. It was yesterday because I did an intro and I usually don't. I usually just do the housekeeping and start reading the book. But yesterday, before I started reading the book that I'm reading with you guys, I did about a 30-minute intro about some things that had happened. I woke up yesterday very early and couldn't go back to sleep because the reason that I had woken up, and I told y'all that, go back, watch the first 30 minutes or so of the live that I did yesterday. But one of the things that I told you was that I had this dream about the organization I used to be in, the African People's Socialist Party, the Uhuru. I used to be in the Uhuru. And in my dream, there were several people from the movement in my dream. There were other very weird things that happened in the dream, and those weird things became kind of like the center or the focus of the dream. And let me tell you what the fuck happened today. A day later, I haven't been in the party. I left the party in 2009 or 2010. So I've been in the party in 13 years. Greetings, contemple, healing. I've been in the party in 14 years, 13 years, something like that. And most of the people who are still in that organization, I haven't seen since I left the organization. So the thing about the organization is once you leave the African People's Socialist Party, once you leave the Uhuru movement, you might as well not exist. Any relationship that you build, any people that you knew, anybody that you know, that hell, anybody that you loved in that organization, your ass don't exist anymore. Don't nobody reach out, don't nobody take phone calls, none of that shit. And so I have been dead to the organization for 14 years. So when I had this dream, greetings, Jai. When I had this dream, I told y'all I had a dream about my mentor yesterday. I dreamt that she passed away and I didn't know how to get in touch with her. After I woke up from the dream, I tried reaching out to a couple. I still got everybody's phone number in my phone from the movement. I tried reaching out to a couple of people from the movement yesterday just to see if by luck somebody might pick up the phone. Nobody picked up the phone. Today, I went early. I was like, I'm going to get some stuff done. I still got a ton of shit I'm trying to get rid of. So I had my car already loaded with stuff that I needed to go take to the Goodwill and take just to give people, right? So I was like, okay, before I do anything this morning, I'm going to go to Lamert Park before it get busy. I'm going to dump off some stuff. You feel me? I had some posters. I had greetings, Sharita. I had some stuff I was trying to just rock with me because I don't usually do lives all random like this anymore. This shit is crazy. So I went to Lamert Park to drop off some stuff. I left Park. I went to go get something to eat because it was still early. It wasn't even 11 yet. Still early. Went to go get something to eat, and I went to another park to sit in my car, feel the breeze, listen to some music, and eat my food. Before I finished eating my food, I got a call from this sister who is one of the lead organizers for the AAPRP here, the All African People's Revolutionary Party here in LA. She's been a long time member, 30 something years. She called me. She's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "I'm eating." I said, "What's up?" She was like, "I'm in Lamert Park," and she lived far away. I was like, "What you in Lamert Park for?" She was like, "Girl, your organization is having a demonstration." Greetings, Katie. Your organization is having a demonstration in Lamert Park. I said, "My organization?" She said, "Girl, the Uhuru movement." I said, "What? There ain't no Uhuru movement in LA." She's like, "Girl, I'm trying to tell you, they having a whole march and a whole event in Lamert Park around the charges that the chairman and two other members of the party had got caught up on." So this not this past was it this past summer? It was the summer before, I think. There was a federal raid on the Uhuru houses in Detroit, St. Petersburg, and DC. And so the chairman and two other members of the party are basically facing federal charges right now. And so they have this campaign, nationwide campaign, to drop the charges against the Uhuru 3. Okay? So they did an event today at the park. I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't talk to anybody from the party in the movement in fucking 13 years. Yesterday, I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning from a dream about the Uhuru movement. This morning, this sister calls me to tell me your organization is having a whole ass event in the park in Leimert Park where there are no local organizers for the Uhuru movement in this city. Nowhere. You feel me? I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, well, I'm right down the street from Leimert Park. I'm gonna peel out. I'm gonna come down there. So the name of this video is the importance of naming and renaming things, right? Baby, let me tell you what the fuck happened when I got down there. It was so surreal. There were so many people there that I haven't seen in over a decade, man. All the solidarity forces were there. People I've known since I was 24, you guys, and haven't seen since 2010. All the solidarity forces were there. Stephanie, Kitty, Penny Hess, Anita. I was like, what the fuck is it? And then this dude walked up to me. His name is Bakari. I was like, oh fuck. I haven't seen Bakari in easily 15 years. Easily 15 years. It was so surreal being out there. Brother, I think his name is Hector. Is it Hector? From Union del Barrio. I haven't seen this brother in 18 years. That shit was so crazy today. But that ain't even the punchline. Y'all aren't gonna believe the epiphany that I had. John, I will tell you in a minute. It may not even be a minute. It may not be this video. It might be a video for a different day. But I'll tell you. Let me tell you what happened today. So I was already in this I was in a very tender ass place. It was very surreal. Sister Missouri was out there because she was speaking. They had people, representatives from all different types of organizations. So the reason that they were able to organize the event was because the event was organized from San Diego. The party has a branch in San Diego. The brother that's leading the branch in San Diego organized all these organizations that have a relationship to the Uhuru movement to meet in Leimert Park in LA, where there is no Uhuru movement. I was like, that's weird. Why didn't they just do it in San Diego? It's not like LA is a halfway distance space between here and San Francisco, because it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It was just weird. Everybody was there. Members of everybody's organization was like political prisoners. There was a branch of Jericho movement out there. There was a branch of some Filipino liberation organization. Some representatives there from like the Cuban, ending the embargoes against Cuba. Union del Barrio was out there. Squad Deep, you feel me? The Solidarity Committee was out there. I was like, this is something else. But I felt like halfway in my body. I was like, why am I feeling? I didn't feel uncomfortable. It felt, that's the only word I can use. It felt surreal. Right? So I'm like, okay, there's something I'm supposed to be learning from this. I just had a dream about these people yesterday. Right? Okay, so what am I have to keep my eyes peeled. There's something I'm supposed to be gleaning from this interaction. I haven't been to an event where anybody from the Uhuru movement was present since 2010. This shit had me fucked up today. Even the sister that invited me, Sister Missouri, she was like, baby, I understand. I wanted you to come out here, but if you need to leave, I get it. I know that shit was traumatizing. I was like, no, I'm here for a reason. Like, I was already in Leimert Park area, so it's just weird. First of all, it's weird that I was in the party as long as I was, and I am so out of the loop that I didn't hear about this thing happening, but whatever. So Bakari, he was like, oh my God, girl, how you doing? Gives me a hug. Reluctantly, members of the Solidarity Committee, they gave me a little like half pat hug. Oh, how you doing? Type of thing, right? Just to say we spoke. And then Bakari gave me his number. I haven't talked to Bakari in so long. So long. Because even when I was in the party, I was in the party in Florida and he was leaving the party in Oakland. But I'm going to tell you why. I had to get the logistical shit out of the way. I'm going to tell you why I named this live the importance of naming and renaming every fucking thing. It did not strike me until today. Oh my God. It did not strike me until today because I had been analyzing this thing and looking at it from the lens of the mother, from the work that I am doing with the mother. This thing. Bakari Olatunji was the man who gave me my name, IyapoNgina. When I was young in the party, I think I was 20. I want to say I was either, I was 24. I was 24 when I joined the party. So I was young when I joined the party. And when I joined the party, greetings, Lotus Flower, you're going to appreciate the story. You right in time. You right on time. When I joined the party, everybody in the party had these strong, militant, beautiful African names. And I was still just Cassandra. And like every young person that comes into political consciousness, Black power, African-centered political consciousness, almost by rote, the next step we want to take is to get ourselves a strong, powerful African name too. And so I didn't want to come up with my own name. I wanted someone in the party who had been in the party for, a significant period of time to come up with my name, to observe me and come up with my name. It took this brother a year to come up. It took this brother a year to come up with my name. But he called me one day out of the blue and he was like, yo, I have your name. And he gave me my name. This African man leading the party from Oakland in 2003 gave me the name IyapoNgina. And for those of you who have never heard me talk about my African name, my African name meant she who has been through many struggles is on a journey and fights for her people. This was my name, and I was so proud of my African name. And as you all know, those of you who have followed me for any significant period of time know that I just retook my name, my birth name, not this past summer, but the summer before. So why did I call this, why did I call this live, the importance of naming and renaming everything? We have been reading a book right now for 3 weeks. So let me just pump the brakes on this story really quick and address this troll on my page, because I'm here for this right now. I am here for this right now. I don't know who the fuck this Elijah Marie is, well, but I'm about to read every last one of their comments because I'm here for this, especially given the fact that I'm having y'all bring y'all Bibles to temple service tomorrow. Malachi 3 says, is telling the fake ministers to return the money they were never supposed to take, and they all know this. Malachi, wait a minute. Malachi 3:8. Let me write that down because I might need that for my sermon tomorrow. You feel me? Hold on. I might need to look this one up for the sermon tomorrow. Since you came up on my shit, bum rushing my shit with bullshit. Okay. Malachi 3:8. Okay. Malachi 4. I am Elijah of Malachi 4. I am the forerunner to the return of Jesus. Jesus was a female man, what the fuck? A female man and will return as a female woman in relationship with a male woman. Rapture is for the wicked. Being caught up happens in spiritual realm right here on earth. Uh, run from anyone charging the gospel in fake churches if you want to live. Lotus. Oh Lord. Yeah, poor Tink Tink. I'm just gonna have to block this motherfucker. Um I can't even figure it out. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Block this user and delete their comments. Y'all ain't nobody got no time for that dumb shit. I thought it was gonna be something of substance, but it was not. So anyway. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. I already blocked and banned her. It's cool. So anyway, so let me tell you why I named this. The importance of naming and renaming everything. Because after I left that event, I was feeling a little bit tender. I was feeling a little bit nostalgic. You feel me? I was feeling a little nostalgic. I haven't seen. I mean, you have to realize, man. I loved these humans. Every one of them. I spent almost all my 20s and half my 30s doing what I thought was going to be pivotal, world-changing work with them. I loved these human beings. So I was a little raw in my feelings. You feel me? And so when I left, when I was getting ready to leave, Bakri gave me his business card. He still leads the work in Oakland. Gave me his business card. And I was like, keep in touch and let me know the next time you're in Oakland. And baby, let me tell you what happened. As I'm leaving, sorry, as I pick my teeth. As I'm on my way home, greetings, Carlisle. As I'm on my way home, I decided to call this African just so that he could know that the number was mine and to lock it in. I call his phone number. He answers. I said, he says, Uhuru, because that's how they greet each other and, say goodbye. They say, Uhuru, Uhuru, right? I don't say Uhuru anymore. That's not my organization. So he says, Uhuru. I say, greetings, African. This is Cassandra. That's what I said. I said, greetings, African. This is Cassandra. He says, oh, Uhuru, Iyapo. I said, it's Cassandra. And then he laughs and says, oh, okay. I was like, huh? I was not surprised by this response, and I'll tell you why. But that moment, the whole time I'm there, the dream from the night before about this organization, the dream the night before, the whole event where I'm so wide open, I'm so tender, I'm like, this shit is surreal. I just had a dream about all these people. How? Okay? Like, I get it, mother, you speak to me loud, but tell me what I'm supposed to be learning from this shit right here, because this is a bit much. This is a lot. That moment when that man, after I introduced myself as Cassandra, because I knew he did not know that I had taken my birth name back, right? So this is my conscious way of preventing him from calling me Iyapo, she who has been through many struggles that he gave me. I said, greetings, this is Cassandra. He is like, oh, Uhuru, Iyapo. I said, brother, it's Cassandra. And mind you, he met me as Cassandra. Okay? So it ain't a stretch. You feel me? He met me as Cassandra. He knew me for 3 years as Cassandra when he gave me the name Iyapo. I said, it's Cassandra. He was like, oh, okay, Cassandra. That was the moment. That was the moment that I needed to be reminded of. All this time for 2 years, I've been a year and a half. Yeah, 2 years. I've been talking to you about how hard I fought taking my birth name back. How much I resisted spirit in 3 ceremonies. Spirit told me, take the name back that your mama gave you. Take the name back that your mama gave you. But I had done so much work as Iyapo. I had put so much Black power militant energy into Iyapo. Everybody who knows me across the lands, from the West Coast to the East Coast, as an organizer, met me as Iyapo. I really resisted. I fought like a child. Um, mm, I resisted taking the name back that my mother gave me, even as spirit was kicking my ass in ceremony. Bitch, take the name back your mama gave you. There's power in the name your mother gave you. There is power in the name your mother gave you. She gave you that name, regardless of her ignorance to the meaning of the name. This is how the webs of time are woven. She didn't need to know what Cassandra meant for her to do what we said, for her to comply to what we said. This baby's name is going to be Cassandra, and it's going to be meaningful to her at a very important period in her life, for her to remember and recall why her name was so important and why her name was consecrated in blood and water. And what I did, which was necessary, it is not something that I am embarrassed about or regretful of at all. But what I did needed to happen for contrast, for me to come back to this very fucking moment that happened today, where the man child I charged with gifting me my African name, and the name that he gave me that had power over my life, yo. The name that he gave me was She Who Has Been Through Many Struggles. That's the name that he gave me. And a woman, the last time this came to me in ceremony, when I was sitting with ayahuasca and she was kicking my ass, the woman who was facilitating for me, Alma, she said, "What does your name mean, baby?" And I hesitated telling her. This woman didn't know me. I said, "It means she who's been through many struggles." She said, "Oh no, you have to change your name." Just like that, just that quick. 3 ceremonies I sat in with ayahuasca. And Alma was like, "No, boo, you have to change your name." She said, "You either have to change your name or change the meaning of your name." I was like, oh, fuck. Right? She's like, "Even if that was you, it is not you now. You cannot keep calling that kind of power into your life. She who has been through many struggles." Now, let me tell you what had happened. What had happened was I have not seen this African since 2007, 2008, maybe. A Bakri, who gave me this name, Iyapo. And when I tell you that when I said, "My name is Cassandra," I could hear the attitude in his tone. He took that shit personally. Now let me tell you why. And I'm thinking about so many other African women that I know whose names, he was the only one that did it. When I got married, my ex-husband gave me what he called his pet name for me, his little boo name for me. You feel me? Like we have boo names. You know what I'm saying? I didn't call him no boo name, but he felt inclined to call me a boo name. You feel me? So he called me Utamu. I'll tell you a story about that too. This grimy motherfucker. Come to find out, he was sleeping around with other sisters in the work that we had built together, and he called 2 other sisters Utamu too. I digress. So anyway, I don't digress because there is power. Isn't that what she's talking about? This whole book that I've been reading, y'all, in Pure Lust. She is talking about women regaining the power of their throat to name and rename every fucking thing, to unbreak spells that have been cast upon our goddamn consciousness. Every time you turn around, she's talking about lusty, wild women regaining the courage to speak spells. Huh? to regain power over our lives by naming and renaming everything. That's all she's talking about. For goddamn 7 chapters we've been in this book. And today, baby, that shit came full circle on my ass like a lead bomb. The reason this African took my name change personally is because whether he is conscious of it or not, me telling him come up with my African name gave him power over me. Every time anyone called my name, he felt proud. He gave me that name. Every time, child, look. The evidence of which is when I told him, in opposition to him calling me Iyapo, no, it's Cassandra, he was instantly offended. I heard it in his voice. Because that is me taking back power from him. He may not have internalized it that way because he's just an African internationalist. He's just a hardcore dialectical scientist and shit. But I understood instantly why I got an attitude when I checked him. No, it's Cassandra. I not only took power from him, power that I gave him that only my mother had. Only my mother had a right to have. You hear what I'm telling you right now? Only the power my mother had a right to. I gave to a man. I gave to a man. Do you understand? I do not regret being Iyapo. There were certain things in my life that I had to learn. That I had to learn from that particular worldview and that perspective in my relationship to the world around me. I needed to learn that as Iyapo. The Spirit told me 3 times in ceremony, bitch, that time is over. Close the chapter on this book. That time is over. Close the chapter on this book. That time is over. Close the chapter on this book. And I resisted and resisted and resisted. And it was not until today, even when I did the whole live that I did, what was it, a summer ago? That whole live that I did telling y'all why I took my name back, what my name means, how tapped into spirit my parents were, even as they did not know, because they were a part of a religious cult, as tapped into spirit as they were to gift me the name Cassandra, Faye, Floyd, the gray-haired oracle who illuminates mankind, she who shines light on mankind and gives magic of the fates. This is my name, my whole name. The gray-haired, meaning the wise beyond her years, the gray-haired. Then I can show y'all my premature gray skull cap here, you feel me? But she who is wise beyond her years, she who gives magic, the magic of the Fays. My middle name is Faye, daughter of the Fates. Fate, my uncle. Fate, my grandfather. Fate, senior. Fate, his father. Daughter of the Fates. My middle name having dual meaning. Magic of the Fays or magic of the fairies. And destiny. Cassandra, she who shines light on mankind, she who illuminates, the oracle who sees the future. This is my name, man. This is the name my mother gave me. This is the covenant that my mother signed with me in her blood. And I yielded power to a man who understood, even as I did not, what power I just handed him. To give him the power to name me. To give him the power to name me. How many times, how many thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times people have called me Iyapo. I was Iyapo for 20 years. How many people called me Iyapo with love in their throat, with pride in their throat, with gratitude in their fucking mouth? How many times over 20 years had my name been spoken because of the power that people had seen my name give to the work that I did as Iyapo? How many times did I deny that power to the name my mother gave me? And even when it came time for me to listen to the mother, listen to spirit when she said, baby, I know you've grown emotionally attached to, you've grown prideful of this name that this man gave you. But for the work that you need to do, my dear, oh fucking God, Charita, is that what it means? Child, I am. Let me just tell y'all about spirit and her interventions, baby. Oh my God. I listen. Remember the crazy motherfucker that was just on our shit? Remember the crazy motherfucker that was just on our shit? Talking about Malachi, and I was like, okay, well, let me write Malachi down because it might be impactful. It might mean something for the sermon I'm gonna do tomorrow. Malachi 3:8. Charita just Googles Malachi 4, and it says judgment and covenant renewal. And I'm just talking to you about the blood covenant my mama signed with me. And the renewal of that covenant when I took my name back. Child, that just happened. That just motherfucking happened. So that is a confirmation. That is a confirmation of what I experienced today. All the other stuff was just a string of events that had to make me aware, had to make me open for that tiny, seemingly minuscule moment when I said, he says, Uhuru. I said, greetings, it's Cassandra. And he says, oh, Uhuru, Iyapo. I say, no, it's Cassandra. Oh, okay. Child, that happened. That happened. The importance. Let me just tell you, everything that y'all are walking through with me, this shit is about to get wild. Can you see? This shit is about to get fucking extraordinary beyond, I really believe, what we have the capacity to handle. Child, are you ready? Can you see? Are you listening? Really? Are you paying attention? Really? Every moment for the possibility and the probability of miracles. Are you ready? Man, are you ready? Because today was a day of days. I had so many plans for today. I was going to be so progressive today. I was going to clean my apartment because everything, I cleaned my bedroom, felt so proud of myself. Like really clean, like threw away furniture, got rid of stuff. I was like, this is the nicest my room has looked since I moved up in this joint. This is nice. Okay, but I transferred a lot of shit to the living room to just start going through papers, throwing away stuff. I'm gonna go through this shit today. And then I went to Lamert on a whim, just avoiding my neighbors actually, because they're so loud. So I was like, I just ain't in the mood to be in a mad mood right now. Let me just leave my apartment and go drop this stuff off that I have in my trunk. Then I'll come back and I'll be prepared to handle this madness upstairs. You feel me? For that to happen, I just dreamt about these brothers and sisters in the movement yesterday morning. I have not dreamt about them. I do not think about them. It's a hurtful period of my life. So many members of that organization that I know is so hurtful that several of them have gone to therapy. It's that goddamn deep, man. It was like getting a divorce from a relationship you did not want to end, you see, but you knew you had no choice. That's what it was like for me. And I'm going to tell you something. Today is a reminder. She said to me, can you hear? Can you hear? I have not seen Bakari in so many years. And while I was raw and tender and really in my emotions today, she was like, baby, don't lose sight. There's a reason that you're here. There's a reason that you had a dream about these people just yesterday. And you haven't thought about them in years. I haven't seen them in over a decade. How they just show up in a city where their organization does not even exist. They just showed up in a city today where that organization has no branch, does not exist at all here. I was like, the sister called me and was like, you know, the Uhuru movement is in town today. I said, excuse me, what? She's like, yeah, they're doing an event in Lamert Park. I said, say, huh? I said, you mean the African People's Socialist Party? She said, yeah. I said, I ain't got no branch here. She said, girl, I'm trying to tell you I'm there now. I'm getting ready to speak. I said, what? The whole time I'm driving there, I'm like, this shit is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. They haven't had a branch here in 15 years. I just dreamt about them yesterday. She's like, yeah, I know you caught up on all the nostalgia, all the conflicted feelings and shit, but can you see? I know you hype right now. You're tender in your emotions right now. You got floods of emotions and flashbacks happening right now. Can you hear? Listen for the subtle things. They speak volumes. Baby, this whole live right now that I entitled what? The importance of naming and renaming everything. I tell y'all all the time, there is no stone that patriarchy has left unturned in the attempts to keep and maintain power over us. Not a single pebble, not a grain of sand left unaddressed in the maintenance of power over human beings. That's why. Be just as aware in the presence of magic, even if it is seemingly small and minuscule. Can you hear? Can you see when threads of the web make a connection that is impactful to you? Y'all think I be going in too deep. I know y'all do. I can sense it. Like when we was reading yesterday, and I started out talking about this very thing, about how I had this dream and my mentor who I love and haven't seen in so long, and I think about her all the time. You understand? But this is how the webs of time are spun, and what's important for us is to recognize the power of the web, and when those webs make a connection, when those synaptic activities make a connection. And then as soon as I went on that rant and finished the rant and started reading the book, how in the fuck, what we read yesterday was exactly what I was talking about before I read it. I know, but that's why I am me. That is why I have the peculiar worldview that I have. Everybody has their own very necessary and peculiar worldview. These things are necessary for us to see and to be able to hear, even the seemingly minuscule. There is nothing unimportant happening right now. There is not a single conversation that we are having that is unimpactful right this minute. Not one. Everything, right? The importance of naming and renaming everything. Baby, I gave all the honor to, all the praise to my mother when I renamed myself Cassandra, when I retook back the name that my mother gave to me. Because, yeah, my father was the one who said, come on, let's name her Cassandra Faye, because my dad was obsessed with Greek mythology, and his father's name is Faye. But my mama still had the last word. Why? Because it was her blood, and it was her water, and her body. And she could either say, okay, or hell no, I ain't naming my baby that. My mama didn't just name me. My mama named my daughter. Because my mama named my daughter. My mama named my daughter. Because she was like, that bullshit you was talking about, you was going to name your baby. Me and my sister and my mama named my daughter. Gave my daughter her whole name. I didn't name my baby. Right? But I still had to agree. But my mama said, baby, I know you like that cute little ugly name you want to give your baby. But me and your sister talked about it. And this is your baby name. Your baby name is Morgan Bethany. I was like, okay. I just wanted to make my mama happy. But I still had to agree. You feel me? Listen. My mama had to agree because the word was hers. Y'all don't understand. When I talk about the power of mother, when I completely go back often about Ruth proclaiming to the heavens, my mouth. When Miss T, girl, I'm trying to be serious. Don't be having me cracking up in the middle of trying to be serious, okay? When I tell you about, let me show y'all what this girl wrote on my sheet. When I tell you about the importance, and I remind you often of Ruth understanding instantly her power when she was born mother. There are two births happening when a woman gives birth. This woman is transformed from youth to mother, from female to mother, at the same time that this ambiguous spirit petitioning this woman says yes to its life and allows her to come through her. When Ruth said, my mouth is enlarged over my enemies, bitch, I just created a whole human. There ain't nothing none of you motherfuckers can tell me, bitch. I can shape and destroy the whole world. I can create and destroy the whole world. That's how powerful I have become in this moment. My mouth is enlarged over my enemies. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all stop with the cracking me up, okay? I'm trying to tell y'all. When I gave my mother power back by taking back the name that she gave me when she gave birth to me, when she became mother, I was so proud. I was so happy to tell her that. I was happy to tell her that I had taken my name back. Proud to have taken my name back. And that's how I've been for a year until today. I told you guys, when I talk about the temple of evolutionary emergence, and when I talk about evolution and the emergence from it is an ongoing daily process. And the day that I got on here and told y'all I am fucking brand new today. I am new. Something impactful has happened to me in my consciousness and in my spirit and in my fucking flesh that I can recognize in this very moment that I have emerged anew. This is a moment that I can look to. We all have them if we recognize what they are. We always talk about how there's those pivotal moments in our life that we know that moment changed everything. And when I was confronted with the choice to make, when I made the choice, it was like bells going off in my head. I hear people say this shit all the time. This was a monumental moment in my life. I will always remember it, this monumental moment in my life. If we had the language and the understanding to articulate what that moment is, this is those crossroads that represent the crossing of the threads of time, the crossing of the threads of fate woven by the mothers. That's what it is. That moment when those synapses, seemingly unrelated, come together and concretize a brand new idea or thought in your mind. This is what that is. The gongs going off in your head, the bells going off in your head. And in that moment, you are new. God damn it. In that moment, you are new. Forever changed. Cannot go back to the previous you. This is what emergence is. This is what evolution is. It is an ongoing process. What do I mean by an ongoing process, evolution? I had a dream yesterday that disturbed me so that I could not go back to sleep. And I meditated on that dream so much that I had to tell y'all about it before I read this book. And in the book, after telling y'all about this dream, the book confirmed for me this is something significant. Pay attention. Can you hear? Can you see? Baby, this happened. I get up this morning having no intention of leaving my house. I said this morning when my feet hit the floor, I ain't going no motherfucking where until I clear all this shit off my couch. All these papers, all these books, all these DVDs, organize everything, and my living room look just like my bedroom. That was my proclamation today. And then they started stomping around, tap dancing on the motherfucking ceiling today. I was like, I don't even have the spirit for this shit right now. Let me just go ahead, take a ride, get some sun. clear my mind, and then I'll come back prepared to deal with this shit, right? And I was like, well, where am I going to go? Sat downstairs in my car for a minute. I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I got all this shit in the trunk that I need to donate. I might as well just take it down to Leimert Park, you feel me, and give it to some African down there who need it. You feel me? So I drive to Leimert Park, which is like a good 30-minute drive from where I am. So it wasn't no like little hike. I go down there. I was like, well, I'm in Leimert Park. It's still early. Is anybody open for lunch yet? I go right across the street to get myself some soul food. You feel me? I was like, well, I don't really want to go home yet and eat. I'm going to go to the park and sit out in the park and listen to some music while I eat my food. And the sister called. She was like, yo, didn't you say you was in the horror movement? Your organization got some shit happening in Leimert Park. I said, not the horror movement. It must be somebody else. She was like, no, it's about Chairman O'Malley. I said, what? She was like, yeah, I'm speaking. I said, okay, I guess I'll be right there. Confused. I'm like, they got no organization here. Who putting it on? That is the evolutionary process. I did a video. You can go back to it later. It's called, Are You the Type That Sees Signs? That's a quote from a movie called Signs. Remember that movie with Mel Gibson? Anybody remember that movie? I might be old. Might be dating myself. But there's a movie called Signs. Mel Gibson is in it. It's about aliens. But there is a pivotal scene in the movie because Mel Gibson does not believe in miracles anymore. Mel Gibson does not believe in magic anymore because his wife died. And so now he don't believe in nothing. He don't believe in God. He don't believe in miracles. He don't believe in magic. But his brother-in-law does. And when the aliens come and they're sitting on the couch looking at these lights in the sky, and he tells his brother, because his brother is scared. He's like, man, what does this mean? I'm scared. And, Mel Gibson had used to be a priest or some shit. And he's like trying to comfort his brother. And he tells him, there are two types of people in the world. Oh, child, I'm getting chills right now. There are two types of people in the world. The first type of people in the world look up at the sky and see these lights, and they are afraid, and they are scared because they do not know what the future holds for them. He said, and then there's a second type of people. These people look up in the sky and they see the evidence of miracles. They see a sign. They see a sign. And he asks his brother, he says, are you the type that looks up at these lights and sees miracles? Are you the type that sees signs? And his brother says, yeah, I'm a miracle man. And then his brother was like, and then Mel Gibson was like, good. And then his brother asks him, what kind of guy are you? And he was like, do you feel comforted? He was like, yeah, I feel better. I feel comforted. He was like, well, that's all that matters. He was like, but I want to know, what kind of guy are you? And he was like, I look up in the clouds and I see nothing. There are no miracles. There are no signs. There is no magic. Baby, go back to that live that I did. Are you the type that sees signs? Because that is what is required of you right now. That is what is required of you right now. To see signs. To hear spirit when she moves across your face like a gust of wind. And know that it is her. To not question. To not doubt for a second. Baby, this is the moment. When the strands cross. Can you see? Can you hear? Can you feel that shit in your flesh and know it is so? That shit happened today. The transference of power today happened. I haven't seen this African in 15 years. And I felt when he was demoralized by what he internalized as the loss of power. That shit was real. That shit was real. So it is not small. It is not small. These things that are happening to me. And I am allowing you guys to witness in real time. Because some of this shit is crazy. But I am allowing you to witness it in real time. Because I told you, I'm never going to lie to you. I'm never going to mislead you. I'm never going to betray you. Never. I'm never going to tell you some shit you just want to hear. Never. I've been giving y'all this shit for 3-4 years. Blood ass, ugly ass raw. I done cried up on this bitch. I done cussed like a rotten ass afflicted sailor on this bitch. It doesn't serve me to do any of that shit. It doesn't serve me. Let me just tell you something. Even this shit that happened, it's rare that we get trolls on my StreamYard or on my YouTube. It's very, very rare. Almost never happens. The fact that we got a troll tonight, when I am talking about the fine sight required to see the tapestry unfold in front of our eyes, man. When I am talking to you just a day after this book confirms what I talked to you about, the witnessing of the crossing of the strands of time. This shit happens, and I get a troll who is going off on some weird ass tangent about the rapture and the end of the world and shit. And she quotes saying Malachi 3:8. And I was like, okay, well, I thought it was going to be something, but let me just go ahead and block this bitch because this shit is weird and nothing of any sense is coming from it. And then one of the sisters who is following Googles the shit. And the first thing that comes up is judgment and covenant renewal. And I'm telling you that I just recognize the transference of power in real time by taking back my name that my mother gave me, and the exact word I used before this bitch came up on my shit was honoring the blood covenant between me and my mother when she named me. And this girl give us a freaking scripture talking about judgment and covenant renewal. Can you see? I can't write this shit. This shit is amazing. Can you hear? Because it is about to get that loud all the time. It is about to get that obvious more and more. We are fully in. Not fully, but we right on the precipice. As soon as this last little trek Pluto making in Saturn, it's making in Capricorn, which ends, I believe, on January 24th, it's on and popping. The Aquarian age is fully here. Everything is rapid. Everything is radical. Everything happens seamlessly and damn near effortlessly. Are you ready for what is to come? Are you prepared to see when she is speaking to you? Hear when she is speaking to you. That's the keenness of my sight. That is what that ain't some shit that's esoteric, honey. This is a learned skill. This is learned by observation, by being still, by recognizing, by hearing inflections in people's voices, reading people's body language, and recognizing the role she plays in all of this. Anyway, child, today has been a day of days. So today has been the much needed conclusion and closing of a chapter that I did not even realize until today was still not closed. But I tell y'all, I am so grateful to have such a fortunate life. So fortunate that God damn, so fortunate that she chose me. So fortunate that she saw fit to allow me to see. Yes, so fortunate. Now, don't get it twisted. We all chosen. I will forever say that. I will forever say that. I will forever say that. We are all chosen. Not all hear the call. Not all heed the call. We are all chosen. Who chose you? Your mama. Your mama chose you. The moment she said yes. The moment she said, I'm going to stay pregnant, even though I don't want to be pregnant. The moment she said yes and agreed to make you real, your mama chose you. We are all chosen. We are all chosen. We are all chosen. Not all will heed the call. We are all chosen. So I'm gonna say good night because I still got a whole hell of a lot of studying and preparating to be doing for tomorrow's sermon. Feel me? I pulled out my Bible, dusted that joint off, pulled out my highlighters. I got something for y'all last tomorrow. You understand? I got something for y'all last tomorrow. So make sure you got your Bible. Make sure you got your pen and paper. You feel me? Your highlighter, whatever it is you need. Because we gonna be doing a sermon tomorrow. And I'm sure it's gonna shake you to your core and your extremities. And you're going to have a whole attitude about it because it is going to challenge everything you thought you knew about the world and about spirit, about the Lord, Jesus Christ, about the end of times, the rapture of the church, and all that bullshit that you've been holding on so dear to. And I'm going to show it to you right in your own scripture is what I'm going to do. So I have a lot of studying to do. I probably won't even sleep tonight. And it's early and I'm already sleepy. It's dark already. It was dark at like 6 o'clock. I was like, damn, I'm sleepy. It must be late. It's 6:30. I was ready to go to bed. So I got something for y'all tomorrow. Y'all be prepared just like you would be on a Sunday service. Be prepared with your offerings and your donations. I mean that. Be prepared. Be prepared for singing and praising because I got some songs for y'all tomorrow. I got some music for y'all tomorrow. Y'all got all that. And then tomorrow is going to be the last time. Okay. Love to hear it. Y'all heard that? Some little cha-ching came through. Appreciate you. Whoever that was that made that little donation, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Because that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. And we giving it bullshit that don't do shit, so we might as well contribute it to something that we know is going to change everything. I have things to tell you tomorrow. But anyway, so yeah, come prepared because I got some singing. I'm not going to sing. I may sing for y'all. But I've got some music. I got some music for y'all tomorrow. I found a little song book from another temple that I helped build from the ground up. But I found our song book. And, oh, thank you, Miss D, girl. I love you for that. I love you. And I appreciate the comedic relief earlier, too. You always add the comedic relief. Who else be giving me a lot of little funny interventions? Who else be? Oh, it's Facts Don't Care About Your Feelings. I don't see her on here tonight, but she used to be having me cracking up. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow's going to be good. So just know that I'm going to be deep in study probably till about 3 o'clock this morning. That's what it's going to take. And I've been having my nose in this Bible for a couple of days. Now I know why preachers get paid. Now I know why preachers get paid to only do service on Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night. They work 3 days a week for a couple of hours a day, and they get paid, and they get paid well. I understand why. My nose has been in this book. What's today? Saturday? Since Monday. Since I made the threat that I was going to do this shit last Sunday when I did temple service, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm going to do that. I'm going to come prepared. I'm going to do a sermon for y'all on Sunday. I see why. Them niggas be in there studying. They been in that book studying. And you have to, because that's a hell of a book. Whew, child. Listen, I was at the bar. I was at the bar last night, drinking my beer, eating my sandwich, studying this Bible, preparing for tomorrow. So, tomorrow will be a day of days. Service is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, as it is every Sunday. Tomorrow, so fortunate, I'm so excited, will be the last day that I do temple service from my office space in front of my altar. My altar will be made mobile because November 12th will be the first temple service that we have on location since before my mother got sick this year. She got sick in February, and so we stopped using the gallery for temple services. But I found another location. The sister is really amazing, her and her husband. And she's like, yes, come through. You can do your temple services here. And so we're going to have a dope ass cute spot in Crenshaw District, Los Angeles. I love this place. The name of their organization is Juju Life. So it was like perfect Juju Life Social Club. They got a little altar in there. They got these cool ass Juju candles up in there that they sell. Like, this is a partnership made in heaven. So, November 12th, for anybody that is in the area, that's in the greater Los Angeles area, starting November 12th, every Sunday, we're going to be at Juju Life Social Club, doing our temple service on Sunday mornings at 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time on 2 Hype. So tomorrow will be the last temple service here out of my office space. So that's exciting. If you're in the Los Angeles area, I'll be doing actually a promo for it here in a few days. And so you can go on either the Great Cosmic Mother Book Club or the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence page to find out those informations, because I don't know the details right off the top of my head. I think it's 3508 West Jefferson, but don't quote me on that. But anyway, yeah, so that's exciting. But in the meantime, tomorrow is going to be a good one. So, that being said, thank you for listening to me rant. Today was a day of days, and I needed to, because I haven't been journaling as much as I should, because I'm verbally journaling. Every time something happens, I'm like, let me tell you what the fuck happened. And I just come here and dump all that shit. But at least it's there, and I can come back and maybe write later. But I had to get that out of my head. Today was a day of days. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all for listening and, affirming that this is just such an amazing and pivotal, radical fucking time to be alive. And I'm so here for it. So here for it. So excited when it happens. So good night, everyone. Sleep well. And I'll see y'all tomorrow morning.